Hey everybody, good morning. You know how I know summer is almost upon us? I just got finished mowing the front and backyards. Yes, I know. So if I start sweating during this thing, you'll know why. I was out in the yard doing hard labor, doing yard work. And it's time to do a little bit of that right here on the old cheeks and neck and chin and lip and everything. Let's take this down too, like I did the front and backyard. Hey, you guys in the UK say back garden. I like that. We say backyard. You say back garden. We don't always have a garden in our backyard, but anyway, okay, so the last video was that really cool one on the JFK razor kit, but this one we're gonna go back to basics. We're gonna get simple. We're gonna get quick, simple with only 3 little products. We're gonna use Grandpa Grungy, my 1960 FatBoy, which is going to be getting a new little brother. Or twin brother, or something. Another 1960 Gillette FatBoy is coming my way. I got one for cheap on eBay. Right now, they're going for pretty cheap on eBay. You can get one for about $35 or $40. So if you want a FatBoy, a vintage FatBoy, go on eBay right now. They're not too crazy expensive for just the razor itself. Don't look for one in the presentation case. These prices are only valid for May of 2019. So if you're watching in the future, well, maybe they're cheaper, maybe they're more expensive. All right, I took a shower, did the old hair. I'm gonna use Grandpa Grungy, FatBoy, and I'm gonna use some Barbasol. You can't, I can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with Barbasol. And for the aftershave, I'm gonna use the Florida water again because this stuff was so good on Friday, I gotta try it again. And I'll tell you a little story about Lucille Ball at the end of the shave. That was I was hipped to a certain story by a commenter. Thank you for leaving that comment. I should have gone and saw what your name was and give you a shout out. But shout out, you know who you are. Leave a comment and say, it was me that said the Lucille Ball story. All right. Shake up. This is the small travel size. Well, not travel size, but this is the 7-ounce size. Like here's a normal size can. This is the Arctic chip, but we're going to use the old original today. I'm in an original Barbasol mood. Actually, you know what? I need to switch the setting on my FatBoy back down to an 8 because I had it on 9. I was shaving on 9. And it's a little too aggressive. I mean, I like aggressive razors, but come on, let's not be crazy. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to knock it down to an 8. And if you do happen to buy a vintage Gillette FatBoy or other vintage Gillette adjustable razor, if you're going to do the dial back down, make sure you loosen the barn doors first up there, the butterfly doors, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to put it back down to an 8 because I usually do a 7, but I like the 9. So I'm going to go with a happy medium of 8 and let's try it out. All right. So I hope that you had a good Mother's Day yesterday. It was Mother's Day here in the States. Hey, is that something over in Europe or the EU or anywhere else, Mother's Day? I don't know. I know I've never even thought about it until right this second. That's how I do these videos. I just fly by the seat of my pants and just spout all kind of drivel and half-truths and nonsense. And hopefully that's why you tune in. That and I don't know what else. So, yeah, so I went down to Houston. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and my mom lives down there now, and went and visited her with the boys, and I gave my wife the best Mother's Day gift you can give a wife and mother. I took the boys with me and left her to have a peaceful, beautiful house on Sunday morning, and we came back Sunday afternoon, so we saw her, of course, on Mother's Day, but I gave her some alone time, some me time. She did miss the boys by the end, and we were only gone from Saturday to Sunday afternoon, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But went to an Astros baseball game down in Houston. That was fun. I enjoyed going to baseball games back in the 70s in Houston. I used to go to the Astrodome all the time and watch them play. And back then, I didn't really watch the games so much as my brother and I would go explore the Astrodome. If you're not familiar with the Astrodome, it was the very first domed stadium ever built back in 1964. So before the Superdome, before everything else, the Astrodome. And it's still there. They're not using it right now. They're trying to figure out what to do with it. They can't tear it down now because it's a nationally registered historic something or other. But it was great fun back in the 70s and 80s, exploring this giant Astrodome and begging our parents to buy us some souvenirs from the baseball game, usually batting gloves or a batting helmet or a miniature. Ooh, I got a little nick there. Ooh, did you see that? Well, that was a pretty good one. Ouch, E.T. Miniature baseball bats we would beg our parents for. And to her credit, my mom bought my boys a bunch of stuff yesterday at the game. But that's what grandparents do, right? They're supposed to spoil their grandkids. All right, so there's the first pass, except for that one little nick that I noticed. That's a pretty good nick. That's a bleeder. We got a bleeder. We need stat. Get bleed. Okay. I'm just going to do this for a while, take my pulse. So let me feel how that feels on an 8, because I don't think I've ever shaved on an 8. It's always a 7, a 9. Never a 1. Not for this guy. That's pretty good. I tell you what, that's a solid razor. That is a solid razor. All right. Put some more water up on my face. Get some more Barbasol out. The second time I don't use as much. And I do like to have water, like a little sheen of water on my face right before I put this canned shaving cream on. I think it adds a little slickness to it. And it's funny, when I go down to my, I figured this out a few years ago. If I just left some toiletries down at my mom's house, then I wouldn't have to bring my own, like all my shaving junk and deodorant and whatever. So what I have down there, and what I'd forgotten I have some Barbasol down there. It's the sensitive skin Barbasol. I didn't even remember that that's what I had. And I have a 1970, pardon me, Gillette. A black-handled, non-adjustable 1970 Gillette. I don't know if it was still called the Super Speed or not, but it's a very mild razor. And it's a little bit lightweight. It's kind of like one of the modern Weishi razors, one of the Chinese razors you can buy everywhere, or the Vanderhagen. A very lightweight handle, which I don't really like, and that's why I kind of left it down there. But I got a decent shave. Yesterday morning, I leave some feather blades down there. So it's nice not to be able to, not have to drag all this. So look at that. If you're squeamish, do not watch the last 10 minutes of this video. There will be doctors standing by in the lobby for the faint of heart. So anyway, yeah, I got a little shaving kit that I just keep down there and don't have to bring my own stuff. Got a brush, got some hairspray. I don't know why I'm telling you this stuff. I don't know why I'm telling you anything. I don't know why. Why am I filming myself? I'm standing here talking to myself. You know why? Because you're listening, that's why. And I appreciate it. It's so cool to have such a great group of people that watch these videos and comment. Not a bad apple in the bunch, Going up against the grain here. Oh, it's kind of gross when you go back over a little blood spot. And you take some of that bloody shaving cream with you. It's not too bad, didn't hurt or anything. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my finger on it. Almost hit the jugular. Almost hit the jugular. So any of you physiology students that know exactly where the... is that right? Physiology students? Doctors? Any med students know exactly where the jugular is? Let me know how close I got to it. And how close I got to making this into a snuff film. Oh, God. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible. All right. Pass number 2 is done. I could stop right now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. You know me, I'm not going to stop. I've got some time. I take the time. These Mondays and Fridays to do multiple passes. Just so I can shoot the breeze with you guys and gals some more. Had a couple of women posting recently comments talking about shaving their legs with safety razors. And one of them had not had a very good experience with it and had cut themselves. And I was wondering if there's any other women that watch this that have tried to shave their legs with safety razors. How you've succeeded. I'm going to call out by name Girl Alex, who watches this show. I sent her husband my 1949 Gillette. Alex, have you tried? Let me know down in the comments, Alex, if you tried the thing on your own legs. Okay, so for this cleanup pass, I always need to do this, like up on my cheeks. because there's still some little whiskers there. And if I'm going to do 3 passes, I want to get as close as possible to completely smooth. Hopefully that'll be the only nick. I do more often get nicks with this FatBoy than I do my Rockwell. And I know I've said this many times before. I only repeat myself because, you know, not everybody watches every single one of my videos. If you watched every single one of my videos, you'd probably enter some other dimension of sight and sound and who knows what. I actually had a close friend who I've known for years. I sent her a copy of that JFK video because she's a huge JFK fan. And she said, she texted me later and said, I don't think I've ever seen a man shave from start to finish. So that was interesting. I never thought about it like that. All right, we gotta go sideways down here. Oh, I did get a couple, this one is stopped and I got a couple little small ones there and one right there. I don't know why I'm pointing this out to you, but gotta talk about something. See, I should have quit while I was ahead, folks. I'm getting these little nicks because I'm doing a 3rd pass, which is pure hubris, pure unadulterated hubris and pride. You should be able to swallow your pride and say, that's good enough. That's good enough. Let me see, there's like a couple little patches like right here, as usual. Also had someone comment saying, I hate shaving, my whiskers grow in 8 different directions. And I said, yeah, that's right. Everybody's like that. Everybody's beard growth is different. And you got to learn how to, learn what direction to go. Sometimes you got to go in 8 different directions to really get it down if you want one of those crazy smooth shaves. What was I watching? I was watching some TV show. I don't know what it was. About shaving. Or somebody talking about shaving. And talking about being shaven or having that 3-day beard growth. And he said his dad used to say, look, you either shave or you don't shave. So you either have a beard or you shave every day. Who started growing this 3-day? I think it was Don Johnson. I mean, I have no problem against do whatever you want to do, but this guy's dad was kind of old school, I guess. And he said, you either shave or you don't shave. So you either shave every single day or you got to grow a giant beard. So in different generations or a little bit more like that, I guess, more black and white, yeah. Instead of shades of gray. All right. That's good enough. Okay, I'm stopping. Don't worry, I'm stopping. Gonna wash off the FatBoy. Oh, I was using a feather blade, by the way. Sorry. It's a second, this is the blade that I used in the 1921 shave from Friday, so this is the 2nd time I'm using that one. Oh, cold water. This feels good after. It's not too hot. It's a beautiful day outside today, but I was still sweating. Working out in the yard. Do this to try to stop any of those little nicks from bleeding and causing me to pass out on the bathroom floor. If I pass out on the bathroom floor when I make one of these videos, would you please call the 911 for me? Thank you. Of course, I might be okay by that time, right? So, but how did you upload it? Even if I pass out, I'm going to upload it. You know me. I'm not going to let you down. I'll be on the floor half blacking out and I'm pressing send, update, upload. Okay, so here we go with the old Florida water for the aftershave. So Murray and Landman, Florida Water Cologne out of New York. FloridaWater1808.com, because they've been making this, and for what they say, unchanged since 1808. Over 200 years old, so that's pretty cool. And the commenter, I apologize, I should have looked your name up, said that when Lucille Ball was on her deathbed, her last words were, when someone around her, I don't know if it was a nurse or a family member, asked her if she wanted anything. And she said, yes, my Florida water. So Lucille Ball on her deathbed asked for this stuff. If you don't know who Lucille Ball is, and you know maybe you're like younger, then check it out and find out who she was. She was a very famous actress from a long time ago. On her last words were, yes, my Florida water. My last words are going to be, yes, bring me my Osage rub. God, let's not talk about it. That's depressing. Let's not talk about last words. Let's talk about spicy and tingly and a little bit of a burn. Old school, but not too strong. Some citrus. That's what this stuff is. It does leave it like a bit of a stickiness. Like, I'll do this. It leaves a bit of a stickiness. So that's not great. I would like it to leave nothing. The Osage rub leaves no stickiness at the end, but this stuff does. So whatever's in it. Alcohol, water, fragrances, and a couple of colors. So it's really not got that much in it. Anyway. I wonder if I could get this stuff like in a vintage bottle. That'd be cool. See if they've changed the formula like they did for the Yardley's English Lavender. This is the one from the 1950s that Frank Sinatra used. So, hold on, let me wash my hands. Get the Florida water off. I think that's it. Did all the nicks stop? Well, there's a little bit. There's a little bit. I'll take care of those later. I'll do those off camera. You don't need to see that stuff. But anyway, I think that's it. That was a very simple shave. I want to thank you for joining me for this one, and thanks to all the people that have been commenting on that last JFK combination set one. That was really fun to do because I love doing the research and finding out all that stuff, and that's just such a beautiful shaving set. So thanks everybody for the encouraging comments and the fact that you enjoyed that, because I did too, so that's cool. And that's why I do this, for my enjoyment and for yours. I put some more water on my face just because I felt like I wanted to. And that's okay. All right. I think that's it, folks. Thanks for joining me. And I'll come at you again on Friday with something else. I'm not sure what yet, but I did go to the dollar store and I picked up something that I will try out on camera. It's just some cheap blades, some razor blades. Spoiler alert. All right. That's enough. See you, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye.